Πρώτη θα ξεκινήσει η Dr. Adina Tal, επιτυχημένη θεατρική συγγραφέας, σκηνοθέτης, παραγωγός και ηθοποιός, η οποία ίδρυσε το Nalaga Center, ένα πολιτιστικό και εκπαιδευτικό οργανισμό στο Τελ Αβίβ, ο οποίος σήμερα φιλοξενεί το μοναδικό θέατρο στον κόσμο, όπου οι ηθοποιοί είναι άτομα με αισθητηριακές αναπηρίες. Θέλω να πω ότι ειδικά αυτό το κέντρο φιλοξενεί πέρα από το θέατρο των Nalaga, το καφέ Καπής, όπου οι σερβιτόροι είναι άτομα με κόφωση και εξυπηρετούν τους πελάτες με την νοηματική γλώσσα, και το εστιατόριο Blackout, όπου οι πελάτες δείπνουν σε απόλυτο σκοτάδι, εξυπηρετούμενοι από τυφλούς σερβιτόρους. Dr. Adina Tal, welcome to Athens. Please go ahead.
Thank you. What a pleasure to be here. Why do you sit like, come closer? Why do you sit there? Oh, there's a delay in the translation, I see. Okay. Okay. It's a very big pleasure to be here. I think I understand some Greek now because I could hear Nalagat, Kapish, Blackout. So Nalagat in Hebrew means do touch. And I want to tell you a little bit about our theater. My background is theater, and I had a very good career as an independent theater person. And I was very often asked, would you like to give a workshop for people with disabilities? And I always said very politely no. I didn't want to do it because it didn't interest me. I've seen quite a lot of theater performed by people with disabilities. And I don't want to generalize, but most of it was very boring. And I didn't want to put other people in this situation. And then I was asked, would you like to give a drama workshop for deaf-blind people for 2 months? And I said yes. I think I said yes because I was in a point in my life, I had a good career, a lovely family, the kids grew up, and this is the point in the life that I said, okay, I understood life. This is all what life has to offer for me. So then you can either take a lover, or you can work with deaf-blind people. So I decided to work with deaf-blind people, and those 2 months are 15 years ago. People with disabilities. I really don't like this word, disability. What is disability? We are all disabled, all of us. You're not disabled? Yeah. We are all disabled, and it's then don't take the disability, take the ability. And I started to work with a group of deaf-blind people. I've never met a deaf person, a blind person, a deaf-blind person in my life. And going to theater with a group of people that the biggest problem is communication, and theater is about communication, and going to theater. So usually, if you do theater, people want to do, oh, I want to be like someone else. I want to be like the National Theatre Company. I want to be like, I don't know, John Clooney, or I don't know. I want to be like. But the thing is, you cannot be like, because this is not interesting. You have to be exactly who you are and use your disability and make it a strong way of working. And I had no idea how you do theater with deaf-blind people, and I checked the internet, what's happening in the deaf-blind theater world, and this was nothing, because there's no such thing as a deaf-blind theater company in the world. Quite a lot of deaf theater, blind theater, no deaf-blind theater. So I had a very, it's a very big privilege. You can start and do something that nobody has done before you. Our first show have been very well received all over the world. Can you read that, or can someone translate it into?
We can read. In Greek for almost by...
No, I'm not saying, I don't think you're an analphabet, but is it okay?
Yes.
Can you imagine our first show was described as the big biggest surprise of the Israeli theater world. And at the beginning, people did not want to come to see our shows. You know, we were touring around, and who came to see our show? My family, my friends, a renewed friendship with people that were with me in kindergarten. And they felt, oh, we cannot say, Adina, we don't come to see the show, we have to go. So in December 2007, we decided to open the center. It's in the old port of Jaffa, part of Tel Aviv. It's very beautiful, and it consists of capiche, a coffee shop where you will be served by deaf waiters, of blackout, a restaurant in the dark, where you will be escorted to a very, very special dining experience in complete darkness, and obviously the theater. And the Deaf Blind Theatre Company with its new production, Not by Bread Alone. The show takes the time it takes to make bread on stage. You can smell the bread, and you can come up on stage at the end of the show and eat the bread. The very optimistic people said, well, this is gonna last for half a year. Because as I said before, who wants to come and see deaf blind people? I have my own problems. And people would come at the beginning just to do me a favor, and you would see them outside, very happy, talking. Some of them asked, is the ticket tax deductible? Can I use it as a charity? I said, no, this is a good theater piece. And then they come into the audience, and they would sit like that. Like if someone died. You know, how long is it? An hour and 10 minutes. Okay, let's suffer. And they sit. And after 10 minutes, something happens because they see, this is a good show. But this is wrong. How dare they do a good show? They're deaf blind. I came to be a good person. I came to be, to give them, to help them, to support them, and all of a sudden they are giving me the gift of art. And it took some time until they know they're not patronizing anymore. You know, the audience, we are very patronizing. And they see a show, a good show, a colorful show, a beautiful show. And it's actually a story of success. Established, here you can read, as you said, many performances. It's a story already of 7 years. We do shows all over the world. We were in Australia, and we're part of a festival in Perth. It's a very big festival, and I got a letter from the artistic director who said, thank you for changing Perth forever, because this is a life-changing experience. So this is not by bread alone, as I told you. It's performed by 11 deaf-blind actors. When I started to work with them, they actually had very little self-esteem. You know, they always had to ask people, help us, please give to us. And now if you should meet them, they are stars. You know, when I told them we are going to New York for 22 shows in Manhattan, they said to me, New York again? Because they've been there once a few years ago. But I said, yes, but actors would kill to go to New York. And they said, yes, but why in winter? And they love to shop. And they're really stars, and it's very good that there are stars. This is our cafe capiche with the deaf waiters. The way you communicate is by either signing, either miming. It has the ambiance of commedia dell'arte. And it's a lot of fun, and very often I think if we would have some more politicians that would be deaf or maybe deafblind even, I think our world would be much better. This is the blackout, and this is another picture of the show, and this is the Nalagard Center. So what is the big deal about the Nalagard Center? It's obviously a revolution of over 70 people, deaf, blind, and deafblind people working, earning money. But nonetheless, I think there's another very, very big revolution. Over 700,000 people saw the show, experienced the center in some way or another. And I think it's the revolution of the audience, of the 700,000 people that come and see the show of deaf-blind people, and it's not about deafness, and it's not about blindness, and it's not about deaf-blindness. Yeah? It's about being imperfect. All of us are imperfect, and by connecting to the imperfectness that exists in ourselves, I think we are able to connect to and accept the imperfectness in other people. And by being able to accepting the imperfectness in other people, I think we can change the world, and I think we can change reality. You know, I live in a country, very difficult country, and very often I feel that I touch a wall. And then I know if I touch a wall, the wall is there just to open the door and go until you get to the next door. We work together at the center, Jews, Muslims, Christians, and it has never been an issue because being or deaf or deafblind or blind only is much more connecting than being Jewish, Muslim, or Christian. For me, this is a very special moment to be here today because I actually almost finished a very important chapter in my life. I will, after 15 years, let other people run the Nalagard Center because I believe that I want to spread the word and believe that it's possible to do cultural, social enterprise. And it can be done, you know, with use at risk. It can be done in every other social impact. And I believe that by creating a dialogue, but it must be a dialogue. It cannot be, you know, oh, you're great. No, it has to be a mutual respect that it can have a very big impact. Since the morning, I hear about how sustainable are you? And yes, it's a problem because you combine social entrepreneurship and culture and disabilities, and it's very hard to be really sustainable. I can say that we are based at the Nalagard Center of 55% self-income, which is unheard of for other regular theaters, and then government support, which is not so big, and private donation. I believe that maybe in other areas you can be sustainable because the expenses of our actors, that everyone needs a translator and everyone needs private transport, are very, very high. I don't think it must be like that in other sectors. So I don't know who you are, but I would like to invite you to dream. And then the best way to dream is to get up and to do. And have we still time to see 3 minutes?
No, we have about 2 most, and we have the video as well.
Yeah,
Yes, let's go.
Okay, so just I want to teach you 3 words in Hebrew Sign Language. Okay? You look so tired.
They're concentrated.
Okay. The words are the beauty of creation. What is it? Say it in
We all understand nomorfia.
no, but let's say it in
Nomorfia.
Ομορφιά
της δημιουργίας.
Well, ομορφιά της δημιουργίας. Okay? I I'll show it to you in signing. We'll sign it and we'll say it, okay? Ομορφιά της
δημιουργίας.
Okay? But, you know, I worked on this show, not that alone, for 2 years. So I have a lot of patience. I want to see all of you signing. I want to see all of you saying. Yeah. You have to sign, you have to say it, otherwise I don't stop. What will you do?
No, you have to say it.
But say it for me in Greek.
Η ομορφιά της δημιουργίας.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ομορφιά της
δημιουργίας.
Why do you look at me and smile? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Ομορφιά της δημιουργίας.
And now you look at me. So
He
for the
looks at the
last
ομορφιά
time.
of δημιουργία. He looks at the beauty of creation.
Okay. Okay, you don't have to say. For the last time, but say it loud. 1, 2, 3.
Η ομορφιά της δημιουργίας.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, the video.
How long is that? How long?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, let's the video
It's a
please.
very
Τα
short
το
version.
τρίλεπτο.
I don't want you to think I'm lying because it's existing. So can we see it?
Ναι, παρακαλώ το βίντεο.
παρακαλώ.
יש הצגה מאוד מיוחדת היום, זה נוער. אתם חייבים לעבוד קשה כדי לכבוש אותם.
ברוכים הבאים למאפייה שלנו, לחושך שלנו ולדממה שלנו.
אני מדבר, ובגיל 11 התרעשתי מדלקת קממה. אם תגידה שיש פה חתיכה מלוכדת, זה ממש לא עושה לי כלום.
יש פה תחושה קיומית ענקית, ממש יומית. אנחנו מלחמת הישרדות, 330 מקומות ישיבה, 3 פעמים בשבוע, זה אומר 1,000 איש בשבוע.
זאת שגרת חיים, זאת שגרת חיים חדשה שאנחנו יצרנו פה, שלכל שחקן מלצר ולכולנו יש פה כל כך הרבה תוכן בחיים שלנו, זה אין רוורס.
אנחנו בעיצומה של מהפכה. גם אם היינו רוצים, אנחנו לא יודעים איך לעצור.
רוקדת צמוד צמוד למי שאני אוהב, שותה כדרך אגב, קורא עם הקפה ומתנדנד אל מול יופייה של הבריאה.
הייתי מתעוררת בלילה בחרדה, בקבוצת תיאטרון, אתה יודע, 12 שחקנים, מה אני עושה אם זה לא יצליח? זה דיני נפשות. ההבדל היחידי עכשיו שאני מתעוררת בחרדה ופתאום יש לי 100 איש.
Certainly best practice, καλή πρακτική να γυρίσω και στα ελληνικά. Okay. So I would say love is definitely a revolution, and we're full of it. We got strong images.